On the table, we're taking a look at what quite possibly will be the squirrel's favorite Fortnite character, Bushranger. Squirrels from all over are coming to see Bushranger and what it is all about. Hey everyone, this is Dan. Thank you for watching Squirrel Stampede, and today we have more Fortnite Victory Royale Series 6-inch action figures to look at. Along with Bushranger, we also have Funk Ops and Ragsy and Metal Mouth. So a good, nice assortment for spring 2022. And maybe one of these days soon, we will even play a game of Fortnite. Wouldn't that be cool to see over at Squirrel Stampede Gaming? So hopefully that'll be coming. But anyhow, lots of great figures to look at. Let's go through these and hopefully keep these squirrels off of Bushranger as best as we can.
Squirrel Stampede!
So we will start the day with Bushranger Fortnite Victory Royale Series Hasbro, and you can see the squirrels are quite attached. They are really excited to see Bushranger here. These Hasbro 6-inch figures usually come with a few accessories, back bling, harvesting tools, and a weapon accessory. Box design on these, always super vibrant, you can see them from a mile. And there over on the back, Bushranger. He certainly looks cheerful. Is he a tree? Is he a mouse? What is Bushranger? Well, we'll find out as we continue on. Let's retrieve Bushranger out of pack. How many squirrels were in there? And Bushranger out of box, certainly looking very detailed. The Victory Royale series from Hasbro continuing on with a very nice 6-inch scale of Fortnite figures. And they're doing very well with their leafy foliage sculpting. You can see from all around. Is it a tree? Is it a hedgehog? We are for surely seeing summer version of Bushranger, not fall or winter or some of the other variant skins. This is your first version of Bushranger to look at. I like some of the gradient they've got going down on the leafiness on the back. Some bright green, some dark green, a lot of color in those leaves. And if you're a Minecraft fan, we're definitely looking at birch wood. Some birch wood to harvest here on Bushranger. So we got a really good looking figure here. No tiny chipmunk squirrel. This is not exactly a tree to climb on. This is Bushranger. So 20 points of articulation these figures are boasting. Let's see if we can find them. Head rotation probably going to be very tricky. It is actually there. There's a headpiece. It's a giant headpiece full of leaves, and you're going to be able to rotate that about, less than 5 degrees. But there is shoulders on pin hinges and rotation. We've got elbows, double jointed, I believe, with the Victory Royale series, and wrists. And I like these hands better than what we saw with Jazzwares, where they would drop things really easily. Hips are kind of under the foliage skirt, so a little bit tricky to work with them. And then we've got double jointed knees. If we can get them, they're nice and tight right now. And these little ankles and very small feet. That's probably my only complaint on this figure, is a little trickier to stand because these root feet are very, very small in profile. So he's a little bit tippy because of that. So we have a few accessories to check out. No strawberry. This is not the time to get on Bushranger. So we have a few accessories. We'll start with the 2 honey hitters. Where did the 2 honey hitters go? Here's one of them. Kind of like a triangular machete with honey on it. I'm typically more a fan of the 1 harvesting tool, but I kind of like these honey hitters. They're looking pretty good, and they seem to work really well with Bushranger. I guess with the 2 harvesting tools, you can get into some seriously cool positioning with the double weapons, the double throwing, the double hitting, all sorts of things, all sorts of cool positions with them. So I'm really starting to like them. Probably helps in giving himself his own haircut. Also included some back bling. We've got the buzzy bag back bling way over here. A little beehive. Which direction does it go? Probably like that, so that the honey is slowly dribbling out. And this might actually give Bushranger the needed extra back weight. He's been falling forward a little more often, so maybe that'll pull him towards the back. That's working pretty well. There we go. What a great looking figure so far. I think the only thing I dislike on mine is that the nose got a little bit of a paint rub on it. Oh, Landry, come on guys. Just give Bushranger 5 seconds here to show off the things. So yeah, I had a little bit of a paint smudge on its nose. I might actually be able to correct that myself pretty easily if I could find a nice brown marker. But otherwise, excellent paintwork. Little pine cone grenades going down his front belt. And the texture work on his arms and legs for the birchness, the birch tree-ness, works really well. So this figure is top notch. I really like this one. Probably my favorite in any of the Victory Royale series figures. And oh, we should have one more accessory weapon. I believe we have a rifle over here. So keep an eye out for Bushranger. I believe just now appearing on shelves here in April, May. It's a real fun, unique figure to... Big gray squirrel, no, no, no. I know Bushranger may be a sentient tree, but you don't need to jump on him every 5 seconds, squirrels. So yeah, if you're looking for a really fun, different Fortnite figure, take a look at Bushranger. A lot of fun with this one. So a few other figures popping out about this time are, let's take a look at Funk Ops. I thought this figure looked excellently done. Funk Ops here, Victory Royale series there on the back of the pack, with a few fun accessories including the Disco Brawl harvesting tool. Funk Ops seemed like a really solid character to add to the series early on, of course. They've chosen a really interesting variety to begin this series with starting last year. And we'll get Funk Ops out of the pack. And he is grooving with the squirrels. They're having fun today. Yeah, a lot of good music seems to appear out of nowhere with Funk Ops. I'm looking inside the box right now. I guess the only place where this music is coming from is this boombox back bling. This is where the music is playing. And the squirrels are certainly enjoying it. So another 6-inch Victory Royale figure here. Once again, painted to perfection. They're doing great with these. Nice gold detailing on his torso piece there. Great work with the sunglasses. Great hair. Look at the pants. All these accessories and things going on. A little bit of purple splashage. A little bit of red on the boots. And these great disco shin cuffs. Double belted. Just about everything you would need for a fun party, and of course, the disco ball harvesting tool. It would be fun if this was super reflective like a mirror, but it's kind of just a silver paint. So here's an example of a very heavy harvesting tool. But with these nice closed wrists and knuckles, these figures hold on to them a little better than what we saw with Jazzwares, but it's still slowly sagging down over time. Looks pretty sharp though. So 20 points of articulation, about the same points, a little bit easier to tell with Funk Ops over Bushranger over there because of Bushranger's leafiness. So with Funk Ops, easier to see the headpiece here on a neck for rotation and even some head bobbing a little bit. I think Funk Ops' hair might just be articulated. No, I thought for a second I could rotate his hair, which would be awesome. Shoulders, we can move about on pin hinges, and actually they can even move up a little bit back and forth. There is a lot of motion in there. Some rotation even below the shoulders. And then the double jointed elbow. We can see so much more of the jointing on this figure for sure, and some wrists there that rotate or on a hinge. Torso rotation up top by the chest and then lower down by the waist even. Kind of got to loosen that up a little bit at first. It even kind of bends him down a little bit as he's dancing. Hips and inside hips and double jointed knees, and then we go down to the ankles. So there is so much in there. It adds up to 20 somehow, and as you can see, he's slowly rotating his heavy harvesting tool down. A little bit overkill with it. It's very heavy, but it is a nice piece. And again, we have the boombox back bling over here. Let's place that over onto his back. And the squirrels are really enjoying that tune. And as for weapon accessory, we have a boogie bomb grenade. A boogie bomb grenade. I do not see an attachment point. There is a little bit of a, I guess that's a joystick on his wrist control there. I thought maybe we could clip that in somewhere onto a belt, but I do not see a point. There might be somewhere in there, but a boogie bomb grenade included. So the squirrels are going to be dancing to this guy's tunes all night for sure. Funk Ops, a real fun figure to add into your collection of 6-inch figures. Another Victory Royale figure to look at. Now, I'm not sure how many have been released here over the last couple months. This is Metal Mouth. My favorites were Bushranger, Funk Ops, and upcoming Ragzi here. I wasn't too sure of Metal Mouth, but I threw him in just to fill up this review today. Metal Mouth, kind of something we've seen a few times before, mainly Raptor kind of look. A few other versions, I've seen this guy in different ways, so it's kind of like repetitive in my opinion. I usually go for the more silliness than the seriousness, but I know there's a lot of big fans of the seriousness too, so had to show off Metal Mouth. Also with 3 accessories included, there he is over on the back of the pack with 2 spiked maces, harvesting tools. Looks pretty ferocious, maybe will be better out of the box too, so let's see what Metal Mouth appears to be. Actually pretty good with Metal Mouth, looking quite sinister, gray camo, fully suited up for Royale. Look at every angle of this figure, ready to go. I like this crazy torso armor, helmet armor he's got, kind of like a metal mouth that's about to close up over his head. That headpiece and shoulder accessory stuff, probably the most signature look of this figure, looking pretty sinister. Good paintwork going on that helmet, those purple eyes staring back at us. Nice little shoulder skull patch, insignia rank, and yeah, from all around, looking quite like the fierce militaristic player he could be. He should also have those 20 points. How is the head rotation doing? A little bit awkward with this underneath scarf thing going on. I'm only getting about maybe a 10-15 degree turn right now. Maybe a little more. Okay, now we're getting there. Now we're pushing it. He's kind of has to look up a little bit, and I don't think we can go all the way around. I'm kind of worried about that, so I'll stop it there. And then shoulders, of course. A little bit encumbered by these shoulder pads here, but pretty good. And elbows are open and wrists are open to go and play. Rotation of the waist, easier. There is rotation under here, but it's a little bit tight. Kind of a rubbery belted piece around his body to help with movement, which is interesting. And then, of course, we've got some hips, which have a little trouble here because of some of the belting. But you can do it. You can get him around and moving. And of course, when you first get these out of pack, they're always going to be a little stiff. So it takes some play and some familiarity of the figure to really start positioning and posing how you would like. So 2 spiked maces included. Everything is included in tissue paper now, which is pretty nice. A little easier on the environment. So we've got a couple really dangerous maces here. Did we see this guy in a smaller scale? I feel like we've seen these maces before. So the double spiked maces really give this figure some extra character to Metal Mouth. It seems very appropriately styled to this character. A double mace set. I'm starting to really like the double accessory harvesting tools now. A little more each time. They're easier to work with in staging figures. We've got back bling, It is just a simple pack here. Catalyst, I believe they call it. Catalyst back bling. Just kind of like a good survival pack of back bling. Nothing too silly with this one at all. I'm looking for silliness and I just won't be able to find it, will I? As for weapon accessory, a very, very fierce looking scoped assault rifle. I believe what would be the correct name. Let me know in the comments. So yeah, squirrels, I wouldn't stand too close to Metal Mouth. Probably may help you bite those incredibly tight acorns, but yeah, stay away from Metal Mouth unless you are really a serious gamer. So one more figure I would like to show for the Fortnite Victory Royale series that I like. This is Ragzi. Cuddle team leader is looking quite beat up. Ragzi is out there to look for with 3 or 4 accessories, another double harvesting tool included, and there she is over on the back of the pack. Lots of detail and care placed into these figures and are really fun to go through. Let's open Ragzi out. I just realized I keep opening these from the top, a little bit easier to retrieve from the bottom of the pack because it's just a little bit wedged in there. And then also, again, with these great cardboard packaging, kind of like they're sandwiched in here, and great paper packaging. And there we have Ragzi out of the pack. A little bit challenging to stand this one. I have not found the correct leg positioning yet. She likes to be a little trippy on standing. Another great detailed Fortnite figure though. One of the big things I really like this series of figures is just the color palette we're working with. We've got pink, we've got green, we've got yellow and gray. We've got so many colors that pop and stand out with these as they're standing together. So many characters. It's just unlike anything I've ever collected before in action figures. There's always something a little bit different, and this is certainly different. If I can get her to stand. No, there she goes. Yeah, a little bit difficult. I gotta maybe kind of loosen up these knees. I wish this leg feels a little lighter because this full leg is panted down, and this leg just for some reason feels a little thinner. I don't know, it's just throwing me in how to stand her. And then her shoes are really small too. Okay, now it's working a little bit better. She's quite cool looking. Ragzi has the 2 snack attackers harvesting tools, almost like something you would see from Drift combined with Tomato Head or something there. A little bit of both. And I like how you've got both the tomato and the Durburger, a little bit of a snack attack. It's not just the same thing. And they're painted so well, often things like accessories get skipped for paint. So up a little closer, has that signature Cuddle Team leader heart nose. Her eyes are bandaged out though, that's gotta hurt. And what's left of her furry outfit there has been ripped apart. Now wearing more of a leather cloak and jeans or leather pants or something there, with a little more armor going on for battle, shoulder armor. So she's ready. She's quite ready, or has been ready, and has been in the field for so long she's falling apart. And we have the heartless back bling here to add onto her back. Some of these can be much more difficult to fit because she has this jacket going around her body torso, and then you have to line up the soft jacket with her hole in the back to get that back bling in. I've kind of got it halfway. I think that's going to be enough, but a little bit of a challenge. You want to go slow so you don't start bending that post though. It's funny, with the smaller built characters, I wouldn't mind if they gave them larger, exaggerated shoes so that they would stand better. I don't think it would be that big of a deal, and it would prove so much better in positioning and play if their feet were just a little more heavy. So I wish they could just kind of fudge some of the realism on them and just go, oh, we'll oversize their feet a little bit so that doesn't happen. She also comes with a very aggressive pump action shotgun, something very powerful indeed. I prefer to display and play with the harvesting tools. They're a little more funly themed with the figures. And did we go through articulation yet with her? I think head rotation is going to be pretty easy, probably the easiest out of all of these with this very bulbous bear head. You can really move around easy. Shoulder rotation a little tighter, especially with this giant mace weapon, shoulder weapon there on her shoulder. This shoulder will be a little easier. It's kind of interesting though because her arms are based off the jacket. You can see there the jacket over her shoulder there. Her arms are based off that, and it depends on where the jacket is. I'm getting okay movement. There's elbows and wrists, nice grabbing hands, and torso movement there, pretty good, hinging right below or above her waist there, and rotational waist. And of course with this belt accessory and padding, a little bit tricky to move those hips around, but you can. And of course double jointed knees and those ankles. So as I move this figure about a little more, I'm hoping that she's going to loosen up a little bit for easier standing, but kind of fighting me on this one. It would be really helpful for display stands on this one. So there would be your very nice addition to your Hasbro Victory Royale series from the spring 2022. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue on with this series, but Bushranger totally sold me on it, and I think Funk Ops and Ragzi also helped me want to continue the collection. They have all been pretty fun and enjoyable to look at today, and I'm sure we are going to see Bushranger some more popping around, as the squirrels really seem to enjoy the Bushranger action figure. So with that, Funk Ops, take us away.
Drop.
And that's what we have with the latest wave of Victory Royale series for Fortnite. I think they did pretty well with Bushranger. If you like today's video, don't forget to give us a squike, a squirrelibe, and a squamment. What was your favorite figure of today? Don't forget, over at Squirrel Stampede, we are gaming again. Hopefully we'll even play a game of Fortnite one of these days. Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.